So chapter 2. 3 women entered the coffee house to the welcoming tinkle of the shopkeeper's bell. Bren saw her old friend, the owner, and a stranger walk towards the counter. She studied the third woman intently. Bren couldn't guess her exact age, but imagined her to be in her early 40s. Catherine caught her staring and gave a self-conscious smile. Bren studied the laughter lines which etched the corner of Catherine's eyes. It was as though a joke was close to the surface, ready to bubble forth. Bren, liking the openness of the face looking at her, smiled back. Catherine was of average height. She had short, thick, blonde, wavy hair that moulded her perfectly sculpted skull. She looked younger than her 48 years. Let me introduce you to Catherine, my new business partner. Catherine, this is Bren, who usually sits in that corner seat. Bren grinned. And I can't think of a nicer place to let my creative juices flow. Catherine's eyes wandered to the petite woman in front of her as Rachel let out a huge guffaw. Bren gave her a look that told her not to say the thoughts going through her brain. Rachel mouthed the word, "What?" Again, Bren gave her a warning look. Smiling, Rachel went into the office. Catherine saw the looks that passed between them. She raised her eyebrows and asked, "So which of the creative arts are you interested in?" I write, Bren said as she pulled her bottom lip between her teeth, showing nervousness and uncertainty. Yeah, what sort of thing? A blush spread from the neck up. I write lesfic. Lesfic? What's that? Bren looked to Georgina for help. Her blush deepened. Georgina stepped in and hugged her. Bren writes lesbian fiction, women loving women, and it's good as well. Can't wait until the next one comes out. It won't be long now, Bren admitted. I'm doing my last minute changes before sending it off to my editor. Here's hoping there's no problems. I hope so too. Catherine looked at the 2 women, listening to the exchange. I've never heard of lesfic before, and I've certainly never seen any in bookshops. Quite as still don't stop them, or if they do, they are hidden in the dark corners. It's as though they've been told to stop the books, but they don't want to, Georgina admitted. Georgina nudged Bren's shoulders and continued. Bren has quite a following around these parts. You wouldn't think someone this shy could write anything so steamy. I love it, she enthused. Rachel at that moment came back and asked, What do you love? Reading Bren's books. They've kept me going through many a lonely night. Bren started to blush again. Please, you know I hate people talking about my books and talking about them myself. But they are so good. You need to push your books more, Georgina retorted. No, I write because I enjoy it, not for any other reason. Rachel joined in. I've read all of them. She waved a hand in front of her face as though she was fanning herself. Wow, Bren replied. You have a husband? Yes, and before Björn, you also knew I liked sex with women, didn't I? She laughed. Rachel pulled Bren into a hug and continued to laugh. Come here and give me a kiss. Bren squealed and pushed Rachel's arm away. Get off me, she laughed. I've told you before, you're not my type. Mrs. T, help! Georgina looked askance, but smiled. Rachel, behave yourself in front of your new boss. Rachel immediately stopped her teasing. She turned to Catherine and said, Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Whatever must you think of me? It looked like 2 friends teasing each other and having a laugh. Have you known each other long? Bren answered. Since secondary school. We had to sit next to each other in French. Then we met up again when Bren moved back and started using the coffee house to write, Rachel continued. It's a lot quieter than home, Bren sighed. I love my dad, but I need my space. But if you will excuse me, I have a deadline to meet and the editing won't happen itself. Bren sat down in front of her laptop, momentarily pensive. Then her fingers flew over the keyboard. The clatter of a mug falling broke Bren's train of thought. Rachel stood with her hands on her hips, reminiscent of the stance throughout her school years. Bren closed her eyes at the memory and took a deep breath. As Rachel passed by to clean the table, Bren reached out to stop her. Thank you. What for? Being you. Bren, I'll always care about you. You're my first love and nothing can change that. You can tell me anything, you know that, no matter how bad it is. I know. Bren gave an apologetic smile. Rachel squeezed the shoulder of Bren as she continued what she had been doing. A few weeks later, Georgina came out of the office. Catherine called across to her. Don't you think it'd be a good idea if we host a launch party for Bren's new book out next month? You said she had a lot of followers who come in here, and I'm sure loads would jump at the chance of getting a signed copy and have a photo op. What a good idea, Georgina enthused. We'd be happy to help. We could move a few tables around and you could set up your signing station where the company chairs are. Yeah, and I'll design a few different flyers to advertise it. Did I see a print shop up this road? Catherine butted in. Georgina smiled. Yeah, the owner of DP Print Services usually comes in with a friend on a Wednesday afternoon at lunchtime. I'll ask her if she'll print some stuff off for us. I'll start to post some teasers on our social media sites. Catherine nodded. All settled. Right, now all we need is the title of the book and the launch date from you, Catherine commanded. Don't I have a say in this? Bren's fear had abated slightly. She shook her head with a small smile. Georgina touched Bren's arm. Knowing you as I do, you don't think you're good enough for a launch party, and I think you are. So I don't want any excuses. We are doing this for you, okay? A look of terror flashed by quickly before Bren replied, I can't. Why not? Georgina asked. I can't do a reading, Catherine replied. You won't have to. All you need to do is sign your books and have some photos taken. Somebody could do the reading for you, I'm sure, said Georgina, giving Bren a big smile. Are you offering? Catherine turned to Georgina. Good grief, no. Bren tapped her lips. I think I know who could read for me. Catherine apologized. Sorry, Bren. I thought you would be having a launch party. Now it looks like I railroaded you into one.